Hey family, Common Sense Investor coming at you again with yet another video. I'd like you to like and subscribe and set your notification bell if you don't mind. All right, down in the comments, we had somebody ask me, would I give an example of what the MOASS would look like? And so what I've done is I've pulled up the January chart where we ripped up from $20.03, something like that, to $20.26. And I'm going to show you how this is still the same pattern. We're still running on the same fractal pattern. This is the one that ran up from $19.90 to $72. And all we did was just copy it and copy it. And we got overlay for predictive price movements. But what's important to notice is the $2.03 in January. All right, and we're staying around the $20 range. You just move your decimal place over. That's how we found this fractal. God, I don't want to go through this process, but okay. The fractal here 3 times so far. If we blow this up, you need to understand how we found this fractal. Common sense told us that the high of the fractal and the low of the fractal would show us the depth. Then we just had to figure out what the time frame was in between. So the high here was $7.71, and the low was $1.95. Okay, and it was quadruple witching. Over here at this fractal, it moves up from $1.94 to 72, and it had a few stops along the way. First, it went from $1.91 to 5, and then 20, and then the rip up to 720. We just took this fractal here, which is this fractal here, overlaid it for predictive price movements. But the point is, all you got to do, all these fancy 3D computer sketches of the FTDs is bullshit. All you had to do was move the decimal point one place, and it shows you the fractals. All right, the fractal showed up here at 195, and it's at 191 here, and right now it's at 19. So you just move the decimal place over one. Here it's 771. Here you move the decimal place, and the high was 72. And if you move the decimal place again on this fractal, it'll be 720. It's going to be so big. I mean, that's how big this rip's coming is going to be. You see how I had to blow this thing up. But all you do is move a decimal point over, people, and you get the fractals. All that other stuff is fluff. And we've been following it for over a month, and we've been right. But anyway, back to the TradingView chart. I had to come to TradingView so I could use their tools. Links down below. But here it was traveling at $2.03, and it moved up to $20. Now it's my belief when ours moves, it's going to move from 20, and it's going to go up to 200. That's if we just move our decimal places and put it over there in our fractal, new fractal, that's what the price would be. It would be 20 to 200. But we got a little measuring tool here. When it starts, it's going to start about here at the bottom, and it's going to run up for 4 or 5 days. Let's see. 6 bars, that'll be 8 days. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 trading days. It ran up 134% in 6 trading days. So when it starts, that's what you can expect. It's going to do pretty much the same percentage because that's what it runs on, percents. This one here, from here to here, that's 18%. It don't seem like much, does it? Let's do another one. Why don't you stop? From here, one day, 25%. BBIG just had a 25% day. Oh shit. And now they're having an 11% day. They on a run. All right. But in 6 days, it's going to go up over 100%. And it's going to get to $5. All right. So if we just move the decimal place over, we anticipate it to get to $50. From 20 to 50. And then we expect a gap up, just like it did here. And when it gaps up the next day, the top's going to be 200. It's going to fall back down, just like this long ass wick here. And as it moves itself back up, boom, Robin Hood got the call. And that's what's going to happen again. We're going to move up from the 20s to the 50s, which is how big of a move. Let's take a look. That's 132%. So that's what you can expect. When we move, these little dollar moves here and dollar moves there is going to be bullshit. It's going and it's going to move 132%, we just said. 150% it says there. So 150, 130, 150%. When it hits 50, you know this motherfucker's gone the next day. Why? Because it's repeating itself. It did it here. It did it here. It's doing it here. I mean, it's a pattern. But it's going to go up to 50. Then the next day you can anticipate it to go to 200. And then the margin calls start. And that's when they take the buy button away. We're going to have to talk about this buy button in the next video. But that's what I anticipate the squeeze, the beginning of the squeeze, to look like. It's going to move up from the 20s to 50, and from 50 to 200. They'll put the brakes on it, and then we'll have to talk in another video about what happens after that. But that's how I come to my conclusions. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.